My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. This breakdown is brought to you by Premium Membership. Premium Membership brings you all sorts of betting and fantasy tools to help you make money. Things like exclusive 2, 3, and 4 leg parlays, betting calculators, parlay calculators, daily fantasy ownership projections, fighter salary rankings, and so much more. Check it out now at WeWantPicks.com. Scroll to the top and click Become a Member. And don't forget, we are giving away $50. All you need to do is go to WeWantPicks.com/bets, sign up with any one of our betting partners, make a deposit, and we send you $50 as a thank you. That's WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up, make a deposit, we send you $50. Next up, at UFC 277, we have Alexandre Pantoja taking on Alex Perez. Alexandre Pantoja is 24-5 overall, 3-2 in his last 5, coming off the submission win over Brandon Royval. Alex Perez is 24-6 overall, 3-2 in his last 5, and he's coming back after more than a year away from the cage. Alexandre Pantoja is a very fun fighter because he just loves walking forward and going to work. He's got good power and he gives damage, but he's also a fantastic grappler with good control and ground and pound. His striking is pretty formulaic, meaning it's 1s and 2s, and he doesn't take too many risks, but it is effective, and when combined with his power and his pressure, he can do some real damage. He's incredibly durable, and the only people who have really been able to beat him did it with wrestling and control. Alex Perez is a very good striker with fantastic low kicks and solid wrestling. His low kicks are so devastating that he stopped Jussier Formiga with them in his last win. He comes in with solid combinations and he finished those exchanges with leg kicks, and then he circles out. He averages 3 takedowns per fight, and he has a very impressive 87% takedown defense. He's coming back after 2 years away and 6 canceled fights. 4 of those were against Matt Schnell, so that's the Khabib-Tony effect going on there. And this has potential to be fight of the night. Both of these guys are very well-rounded and willing to slug it out. Both of their records are loaded with knockouts and submissions. Alex Perez's takedown defense is what is making this pick so hard, because I think Perez will have success on his feet, which could drive Pantoja to grapple. If he can get it to the ground, I think Pantoja is the much better grappler, but Alex Perez has only been taken down 1 time ever in the UFC. And that was by Joseph Benavidez 4 years ago. So I actually think I'm going to go the other way. I think I'm going to go with Alex Perez here in his return to the cage. But that layoff definitely worries the hell out of me. The bet will probably be a plus 3.5 on Perez. Maybe a money line if the odds move a little bit. But I think Alex Perez can win 1 round in this fight and not get stopped. And if that's the case, the plus 3.5 bet is the way to go. And you're only going to get that if you go to Bet Online. So go to WeWantPicks.com/bets. Click on Bet Online, make a deposit. We'll send you $50. You made a face. You don't think Alex Perez can win a single round in this matchup?
It's minus 230. I definitely think he can. I was just looking. It's minus 230, so the odds makers are on to you a little bit. This matchup, I think, really kind of just depends on Pantoja's gas tank. Because I know that he got that finish versus Brandon Royval, but at the end of that first round, he was dying, and he caught his breath a little bit in between rounds. But if he was not able to get that finish the way he did against Brandon Royval, he was in big trouble in that fight. But the grappling was very, very impressive, because Brandon Royval is one of those guys that's like impossible to hold on to. Like, you can get him down, everyone pretty much can take Brandon Royval down, but he does all the rolls, he does everything to try and get back to his feet that he can. He's one of those guys that does not stay on his back, and he was rolling and rolling and rolling, and Pantoja was just body locked him and just stayed on him the entire time, which was very, very impressive. But his gas tank did pay the price for that. I don't think his gas tank is a huge issue. You saw that in the Manel Kape fight. He seemed fine in that fight for 3 rounds, but there wasn't as much wrestling. So if he goes for takedowns early against Perez, who has pretty good wrestling and grappling in his own right, and is able to get those, you could see some situation where Perez is having some good success. I think the longer this fight goes, it's going to favor Perez, not only because of the cardio of Pantoja, but because of the layoff. He's able to find his timing a little bit better as the fight goes on. The issue is Pantoja is one of those guys that's in your face immediately, and with the layoff, not able to get your timing, I think Pantoja is going to be a real issue in the first round for Perez. But if the fight goes on, I even have it listed in my notes, I put it on Twitter, that I would not be surprised to see Perez get a late finish in this matchup. He's able to withstand the grappling early. Pantoja kind of blows his load early. Perez finds his timing, finds that striking late in the 3rd round. You could see a Perez finish as well. So I don't hate that play. Only has to win the round. It's minus 230. I don't even hate a money line. If somebody wants to chase a money line for this, I don't hate that as well. My pick is going to be Pantoja because I think he obviously he's been more active. I've seen his aggressiveness in fights, his grappling abilities, and he seems tough as shit as well. So my pick is Pantoja, but I went back and forth on this as well. So I don't hate the Perez play on this.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a close fight. That's why I'm more confident in the plus 3.5 than I am in a money line. And I get it. The odds are not spectacular at minus 230, but all that is saying, I'm not betting on Alex Perez to win. That's minus 230 odds to say Alex Perez can win one round and not get finished. That's all that says. And I think that's a solid price point for that. So, even if Alex Perez has a great first round and then just kind of lays there, does nothing the next two. Okay. Or the other way around. Gets blown out in the first round. And then the next 2 rounds starts to put it together. Gets beat the first 2 rounds. And then the third round puts it together because Pantoja gasses. All of those circumstances, the bet hits as long as all 3 judges see Perez winning one single round. And like I said, I think that can happen. So when you look at those odds, it does seem minus 2 something. It does seem like that's a big number, but that's not for Perez to win. That's just for him to win one round. So if you think
who was your pick in this?
Perez. My pick is Perez.
Okay.
But I'm very confident he can win one round. I'm less confident he can win the entire fight. Is my point.
I think that if this gets out of the first round, he easily wins one of the next 2. And he could win the first as well, but I think he easily wins one of the next 2.
Yeah, and I can see him not getting finished. And listen, those plus 3.5 bets, I love them. Any fight where you have a decent sized underdog and you think it's at least a 29-28, you're good. That's a great bet. So I think this is one of those circumstances. $8,700 to $7,500. Again, you need underdogs in your DraftKings lineup. It's the only way to do it. So $7,500, he may be one of those underdogs that I have in my lineup. Do you trust? You don't like him at $7,500?
I think I'm a little bit higher on Pantoja than you are. I just to make it clear in the chat, I pick Pantoja.
Yeah, it was clear when you fucking said it.
Well, I just want to make sure.
Okay.
Because I was talking about how he could have a lot of success, so I just want to come back, circle around. My pick is Pantoja, clearly.
Okay, Monkey Knife Fight strike line 68 to 58. I think it's a more. I think they go at it. I don't see a finish here. I think these guys go at it. I think it's kind of wild, kind of sloppy, kind of fun. If Pantoja slows down, Perez could find his timing late. He is, coming off a long layoff. So I think it's sloppy, fun, and I think these guys go at it. I like them more and more at the Monkey Knife Fight line. What do you think?
Oh, boy. Probably more and more.
All right. Well, check that out at WeWantPicks.com/MKF, and they will instantly match your deposit. You give them $50, they'll give you 50. You give them 100, they'll give you 100. Take the free money, play some of these lines, and go at it. WeWantPicks.com/MKF.